Hey guys!
Hello and welcome for this evening's cardboard guide. It is very good to see you, and we hope you are having a very pleasant day or evening wherever you are in the world.
And it is great to see a lot of people we know in chat. I'm seeing Nicholas, I'm seeing Chris, PC, Andre, a lot of people.
Michael,
It is awesome to see you all. So thank you so much for coming. We have a lot of stuff that we're going to talk about today. So we're just going to give you a little rundown of the different topics, and then you know what to stay around for.
indeed. So we're going to be covering some news in the sorcery world,
Space?
space, whatever. Some sorcery news, and we're going to be talking a little about Spiel. That's the upcoming event here in Europe, a very big board and tabletop game convention, and also all things TCG. We will be covering a little community aspect, and I see PMC might already have hinted upon that. And then we have a little intro to a little surprise
Yes, we have announcement of a
announcement.
giveaway that we're going to do a bit later on. I'm just gonna say hi. Hi, Carlos. Lovely to see you. And Ochoa, amazing. Hi, Emmett and
cool.
Peter. And hello, Spencer. Amazing. Thank you all so much for joining. Please do remember that we're going to be looking at chat as well because this is like a topic that involves all of us. So do feel free to leave a comment, leave a question, and I'll try to pick up on it. Hello, Joss. Amazing to see you. I know this is like maybe off time zone for a lot of you. So really happy to see so many could show up today.
Indeed, and stay undercover for work.
Yes, exactly. Go hide the phone, mute the sound, whatever.
Yeah, but
Okay, so are you going to just like lead us into the first topic about some sorcery news? Because we had a lot of like big news actually, but maybe not from like the official channels. So we thought we would just reiterate some of the stuff that was said.
indeed. So Simon was actually participating in May This Zoo Be With You. He had a very nice little, what's it called?
A little
Stand-in?
cameo?
Cameo,
maybe?
yeah, cameo.
With a Hawaii show going on and everything.
That was the stuff of legends.
Yes.
He looked absolutely wonderful. Of course, we're hoping that he might come on our channel again. I'm hoping for more, Sith Lord like kind of appearance.
Yes, we want like the hoodie meme.
Yeah.
Yes, we want that.
We want that. But yeah, if you want to go see Simon having a Hawaii shirt, you should go see May the Zoo Be With You. But on this podcast, they also addressed the release of Arthurian Legends. And it's now official, guys. The 4th of October will be the official release of Arthurian Legends. And Spiel in Essen will be the first time that the world is going to see Arthurian Legends. It's going to be the first spoiler for the entire world. And of course, Sophie will be there at Spiel.
Yes,
and
I will.
she will do the best to cover Arthurian Legends being revealed for you guys.
Absolutely. I'm hoping that I will get to do loads of content. I'm very much hoping that I will get my hands on a box and maybe do like a live stream of the box opening. We do know that there will be some artists participating, not who yet, but we know there will be some artists. So I'm hoping I might do some artist interviews, some community interviews. I know a lot of you guys are also going to be there. So I'm just looking forward to hanging out, maybe playing some events. That was also one thing that Simon did say. He did confirm they believe they will have product of Arthurian Legends available at Spiel, which probably means there will be some type of events going on as well. We just don't know what kind yet. So hopefully we get to play together. Otherwise, we at least get to see a lot of cards, and that would be amazing. I am really looking forward to it. And I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. We are going to be printing Jens's card, Dense Forest. So anybody who comes up to me at the Spiel event and says hi, will be getting a promo card if you want one. I'm not going to force it on you. But if you want a promo card, I'm going to be handing those out during the Spiel. So hopefully that makes for a lot of cool interactions and just makes it easier to come up and say hi.
Indeed, and we hope it's going to be a really nice card because the original little drawing I did actually had a too low resolution to be printed on a card, which was kind of awkward. So yesterday I sat down with all my coloring pencils to make a completely new version of the Dense Forest. So that is kind of cool. And I hope, of course, that you guys are going to appreciate this card. It might not look exactly like the original piece,
But
but
it looks
it's very
pretty
close.
cool.
It's very close, yeah.
Yes. So we're doing a holographic front and then just like a plain white back. We don't want anybody to think that this is like a original sorcery card, but it's just like a fun promo. And if you're a patron or YouTube members of ours, you know that we tend to do these tokens and stuff like that. And we thought it might be cool to just do something for like the big event.
I think I need to go get my cat.
You need to go get a cat.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll hold down the fort.
And also, Filthy Casual, thank you for becoming a patron. That
Yes.
means a lot.
Thank you.
I'll just find
I'm
the
just
cat.
gonna say hello, Filthy Casual, and good to see you, Sean. And Moose, Mystic Moose, you're in there as well. Hello, Felix, great to see you. Hello, TG. You managed to sneak away and get to the live stream. That is very cool. So while Jens is picking up a cat from somewhere, I'm just gonna run down a brief, version of why we wanted to talk. And I admit we did have like a bit of a provocative title on the thumbnail. So on the thumbnail for this live stream, it says "U.S. game only?" question mark.
Question mark.
But question mark. But hopefully people also saw that we did a title set, "Let's keep the community together." So I'm just gonna, talk a bit about what our idea was. As many of you know, there was a recent interview with Mike from Collector Art House, who does all these amazing things with the art, and Ivan, who is a community member and also a content creator. And they had a big, back and forth discussion about the future of sorcery and the status of the game right now. We're in a bit of a lull, so we tend to discuss like different topics, and they did as well. And at one point, it was suggested in that conversation, or brought up at least, that maybe sorcery should be focusing on just like a specific region. Maybe it is just too much to be worldwide, as it is a new game. So maybe they should just narrow down their focus to being on the US. And of course, as European content creators, and just like people who really love the game in Europe, we felt like it would be cool to just discuss, is there any merit to that conversation, and what could some of the counterpoints be? So do you have like any merits? Do you see any like advantages of the game just staying in US only?
I think that would be a weird sort of change, because Sorcery was a worldwide release, and from what we know from the team behind Sorcery, they intend to stay, to have it stay that way actually. So to be pulling away from the European market would also be to pull away from a center of interest, because of course you're going to have a greater sale altogether if you're selling to both the American market, the European market, the Asian market, of course, and also the South American market, and maybe also the African market, even though I don't think that might be really big. But of course it could become.
I think I saw like LGS maybe based in South Africa, who was like discussing importing some products. So I mean, there's probably room for sorcery all over.
Indeed. So having sorcery pull away from all these markets only to be an American game, that I don't even see the logic.
No. I also feel like Sorcery very clearly sort of declared their intentions with the game as they went on Kickstarter, because it was an option to back the entire like game anywhere in the world. So they have already delivered on their promise to make good on making the game available worldwide. So the game is available, I mean, everywhere so far. And I think like, of course, there's going to be more players concentrated in the US, but if you look at the very active communities in loads of countries in Europe, I think it would be a shame to pull out of that. And right now, they are expanding their player base. People are excited. There's events in Paris, Germany, Italy. There's going to be events in Belgium soon. So there's just like a lot of interest there, and there's the possibility to capture a wider player base. So personally, I don't see the sense in it, and also I do feel like Spiel, them coming to Spiel from the US, is also a way to sort of like reaffirm the commitment of the team to supporting the game in Europe as well. They're definitely using a lot of manpower and efforts to put up a great event at Spiel. So I definitely see that as like a commitment to the European community as well.
Yeah, and also what's the thesis about the downside to serving Europe? Well, there wasn't any.
Yeah.
So I think it might have to do with emotions and maybe the feeling that the US market is the biggest, which it is, of course.
Yes.
But
Absolutely.
just having the biggest market somewhere doesn't mean that you shouldn't be serving other markets, especially if you're able to still serve the primary market, which is the US, of course.
Yeah.
So yeah, but we as Europeans got a little triggered, maybe a little triggered.
Yeah, or at least
by that.
Yeah, or at least wanted to also state that right now, one of the things that we do know is what the company has shown us so far. So far, the Kickstarter started worldwide. They're committed to coming to Spiel and hanging out and bringing a lot of the team to Spiel, both from the US, but Jesse from the Winning Agenda is also coming all the way from Australia to join us at Spiel. So I feel like it's clear that they want to show that they're committed to making the game available everywhere and that they want to support the community just like they supported our tournament last month. And they're going to do that worldwide, and it is a worldwide community. And also, I felt like some of the conversation ended up perhaps being a little focused on either being interested in the US market or being interested in the European market. And in reality, they're worldwide. They're also in Asia, loads of other places. And I felt like that might contribute to sort of dividing the community a bit. And I hope that we can all agree we have a really awesome community going right now. So hopefully, this conversation also serves to just saying, let's keep us together and let's keep focused on the more events we have worldwide, the better, because cool, we get to play more games.
Indeed.
I'm just going to keep up in chat and then you
Yeah,
can...
there's a lot of great comments in chat.
Oh, cool. Yes. Yes, there's so many people coming. I think Jesse's definitely coming. Chase is coming. Simon's coming. I don't know about Eric yet.
No, I think he's on a maybe.
He's on a maybe. Maybe they're even bringing... I can't remember if they said they're going to bring more people from the team, but maybe. But we are like a lot of people who are going to come together and hang out, and that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, and the whole point in this is, of course, to say that instead of trying to divide the community, instead of trying to say only this region matters, it's of course going to have this focus that Sorcery is a worldwide release. It's a global game, and we have a lot of dedicated players all around the globe. So we need to focus on that instead of alienating people. And we also need to remember that nobody has a crystal ball. So all the speculations going around about what they should do and what will happen if X incurs, we can't really say anything about that. And nobody has the whole picture of information. And we had also been in contact. Can I say that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. We have also been in contact with Simon and also Chase. And what they said was also that remember that you do not have the full picture. You don't know what we have lined up. You don't know how we're going to do our advertisements. So even though you might disagree about the decisions we make right now, you don't have the full picture. And we need to be aware of that. Also, you and I as content creators.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, I mean, we can take some accountability there as well, because I had a really nice conversation with Chase and also with Simon about, hey, can we get some more information for Spiel? Because I really want it to be awesome. And can you please share who's coming, what's going to be happening, all stuff like that, because we're just genuinely excited like everybody else. And they were like, yeah, but we kind of have a marketing plan. We have stuff that needs to be timed right and everything. And that was just maybe a really good reminder for us as well, that we don't know everything as well. There's so much going on and they're handling it beautifully. And that's also why I wanted to go back to saying, hey, instead of saying we want this, this, and this, maybe we should also focus on what are they doing, what are they executing on, and do we agree and like that? And I do. I think they've been doing a wonderful job. I think Dust Rewards was cool. I'm loving to see that we're getting a new tournament winner playmat, the Frank Frazetta playmat. I think they're doing all these initiatives, and there's going to be more store kits and promotional material coming. So I think they're like firing on all cylinders, and some of it is also just like being more patient, and that's just speaking from my own viewpoint.
Indeed. Yeah, and we also know that they have they have everything on tracks, and they have a really detailed plan about
I just caught TG's comment. Yeah, TG, this is
it's
planned.
definitely a conspiracy. It's planned. It's just to stir some waves.
Yes, exactly.
Do a little tsunami from the US to Europe and back again.
Yes, we need to remember to say something like really incendiary.
Tsunami.
Oh, yes, yes.
Oh,
no,
maybe,
that doesn't work. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you were going to say something actually.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, but we know they have a really detailed plan, and everything is on tracks, and they have a, they have a schedule for when to do stuff. So even though that right now we might be a bit in a lull, they have a plan for how to, approach the advertisement further down the road.
Exactly. And also, we've said this previously on the channel, and I might just restate it again, that doing a lot of marketing right now is probably a bit too late for beta and probably a bit too soon for Arthurian Legends. So I'm sure that they're just like saving up all that gunpowder and getting ready to fire when we're just a bit closer to Arthurian Legends. Probably right now all the focus is on Gen Con, I would imagine, because that's the next big event coming up.
Yeah, and also, Demetrius, please do. From our experience, the sorcery community is the nicest around, and everybody are just really enthused about this about this game. So yeah, if you have the opportunity to be at an event, go around and say hi to people. That is the primary driving force between this game, I actually believe.
Yeah, absolutely. I think like one of the things that has been really cool is just like seeing people face to face, and like for anybody who's going to be meeting up at Gen Con, I highly recommend doing name tags with both your like handle on Discord and your actual name, because like we were only, I think, 41 42 players at Askenras, and everybody was going around like, you are, oh, okay, that's your Discord handle, now I know who you are. But just like giving the name is just not enough. We need some more context.
Oh, speaking of artwork, I don't think I mentioned that actually about Sorcery News.
I don't know where this is going, but I'm interested.
2 art pieces were revealed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So do you want to... You're much better at names.
Severine Pernod revealed a piece of artwork, and Pompetti also revealed a piece of artwork, and they are really nice. There was a lot of really good coverage from the Paris event, the Yggdrasil event, and definitely go check those out. And in general, we have a lot of artwork already for Arthurian Legends. And as far as I can count off the top of my head, we have 9 cards. And in our Discord, if you're interested in the link in the description, I also just made a category for Arthurian Legends, just like listing all the cards that we have so far. But again, a lot of people, I see people mentioning that the artwork is amazing, and that's definitely a main selling point for Sorcery, is that this artwork is unique and there's so much, so much soul into it.
And Nicholas is addressing that there hasn't been much official marketing for Sorcery, and we know that, and they know that, and we also know that they're going to be stepping up to the plate when we come closer to the Arthurian Legends. So we expect good things to happen.
Yeah, but also, I mean, even though there hasn't been that much marketing, we can look at the facts and we can see that they pretty much sold out all of their beta, had to do a reprint to serve some of the areas that hadn't got enough. So, I mean, it's probably running beyond what their expectation has been. And I think that Simon also, talked to that point in the interview with us, that it's gone really, really well, and also even more than they had expected. So I think it's going according to plan.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, because, when in doubt, maybe just take a step back and look at what the company is actually doing. Their Kickstarter was a tremendous success. It sold out. It was worldwide. It was at that point the most successful Kickstarter ever launched at Kickstarter. And when they launched their beta edition, even though it was delayed, it was also a huge success. It was sold out really fast in most places of the world, except the US, of course, where we had Team Covenant. And then they launched their Dust Store, which has also been a great success. So right now, I don't think advertisement would actually do them any good, because there's not any product to sell. They have been a tremendous success. They have sold out everything. And I think they're also aware of this. And I think they're, trying to gauge the market and find out how much do we need to print and where do we need to send those products when Arthurian Legends is actually revealed.
Yeah, Alexandra is just putting up a point here that for Europe, it feels a bit like a confidential, like a secret TCG in a secret TCG environment. I don't know. I think there are a lot of players actually, but again, sometimes because we know a lot of people and we do the videos and people are in touch with us, it's hard to gauge what like the average experience is, because I know a lot of people who are planning events because we've been talking with them and sharing how to plan events. There's a lot of events going on right now all across Europe. France has some, Germany has had quite a few, Belgium has some. Um, there's definitely a lot of play going on. I've seen, I mean, a couple of events. Some of them are big and some of them are smaller, learn to plays or just constructed in Sweden as well. So, I mean, as far as I can see, there's definitely a lot of play going on. So, I don't think this is like an investment type of TCG, but it is definitely at the early beginning. And the hardcore group has a lot of product because we love it and we want to collect the set and we want to have a lot of cards so we can play. But I definitely think that this is just because we're in that early stage. So, hopefully, I don't want to keep sorcery a secret. I just don't think there's a reason to budget a lot of marketing right now, but hopefully gets out to the wider TCG circle and a lot more people decide to join because the game is actually really fun.
Yeah, and speaking of tournaments, Felix
Yes,
actually
exactly.
went to both the Askenrask in Germany and also to the Paris Yggdrasil tournament.
Yes.
So there's definitely a healthy community and people are willing to go quite the distance to
Yes,
participate.
absolutely. I mean, we have several people here just in the chat who drove like 12 hours to be there. Felix also went away, and Carlos, who came from Spain to Germany to just play. I mean, there's definitely a lot of interest in that physical in-game play.
Yeah.
And I think that'll continue on. And a reason why we perhaps haven't seen so much gameplay in certain regions is also just the lack of product,
Yep.
which should get better as we get beta version 2 or summer or spring. So hopefully that is something that will work itself out a bit.
Yeah, also because the greatest hindrance right now is the lack of product. We have a initial wave, and it got gobbled up really fast, especially here in Denmark. And then we had a lot of product. Wow, my speaking skills are horrendous. Sorry, but yeah, there was a great lack of product, and there was a little small wave at some point, and that also got sold really fast. And we had one store in Denmark, and they kind of doubled or tripled the prices for sorcery boxes when they could see that they were the only store having product, and that was it. Nothing else to be had in Europe.
Yes, I'm just
So
gonna,
yeah, but
yeah, cool.
But yeah, the point is that even though we would like to do some of these cool events in Europe, there simply hasn't been the possibility because we don't have any product. The only reason we could get product in Askenrask was because that Heiner had actually imported product from outside. He couldn't say from where, but he had bought product from outside, paid the taxes, paid the VAT, and got product to Europe. And he did that for the community because the prices he sold at was actually very close to his own, buying price.
Yeah.
So yeah, the event itself was goodwill, and the great sale he did together with us and Jürgen from Nerd Proud of It was also pretty much just goodwill.
Yeah, I mean, it was clear that he wanted to just support the game because he himself enjoys the game and he has a community who was interested in it, and he just wanted to get some boxes out there. And that was why, as Jens said, it was possible to do Ask and Razz, which was really amazing because it was a lot of fun. It was great meeting people. I was just going to answer Michael here.
Yeah.
We would definitely love to arrange a tournament. I have actually already been speaking to some of the Swedish guys as well, especially and a guy from Norway, and we were sort of like talking about maybe doing like a Scandinavian tournament, but maybe placed here in Denmark. And I do know that Benjamin, who you also know, Michael, will probably also be trying to arrange some more tournaments or like smaller events, but just after the summer holidays. So hopefully we will get enough product also for Arthurian Legends that we can actually maybe host some stuff. It would be fun to do our own like little cardboard guide tournament. That we would love to do something like that. I'm just looking at the comment sections. But yeah, TG, you have a really, it looks like a solid community of people showing up to play all the time. Oh,
Definitely, and it shows because
yeah.
TG actually placed really well
Yes, congrats,
in the big
man.
draft tournament at Baltimore. So yeah, congratulations, TG. That was really cool, and it also shows that practice makes perfect, right?
Yes. Oh, and P Mac. Yes. Right now, if you are in Europe, the pre-orders for the beta wave 2.1, summer sorcery, whatever we want to call it, is actually up there. Several places. Yoda's data in Germany, I believe. Several places have started to open up for people to be able to pre-order beta wave 2. So if you're interested in beta boxes, do check out the internet and check your local LGS if they are able to order at the distribution level, because it should be coming. And right now, what they've stated is like a soft sort of arrival delivery date around August to September. So hopefully that will be showing up there. Yes, just following on chat here again. Felix, I can promise you this much. If they do a Nordic mythology set, we will be arranging a tournament for sure. I actually mean that. That would be amazing. Being able to do something. We have different like live reenactment museum type crossover places here in Denmark. And you could probably rent out like a Viking hole. And how epic would that be? Going to
That would be
Lyra
cool.
and
Yeah,
then they have like an entirely historically accurate rebuilt timber frame Viking house that you can rent out for events. And I mean, that would be the goal if they do a Nordic mythology set.
and will there
Hi,
be a chance
Matthias.
for this beta 2.2 in the US?
Yes.
Yes, because they were going to send out the summer beta set for the Asian market, the European market, but also for LGSs that had supported sorcery, in the past.
Yep.
So if you have a brick and mortar LGS in the US, they will also be getting product.
Yes, and especially if they have hosted events and have some sort of like maybe order history already, but it will be a small, more limited restock, I believe, and it should be arriving maybe closer to September than August, as far as I know. But there should be some restock available in the US as well. Mystic
Edda
Moose is
set.
saying the Edda set. Ooh,
What do you mean by Edda? Is it like from the
the sagas?
old Nordic test? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, because Edda, if that's what you mean, we also have two Eddas in Denmark, and one is about the skulls and their songs, and the other one is it's the old Edda. It's the Norse mythology texts.
Yes, there are two separate texts, and one is a bit older and refers to a bit of an older period than the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one is the religious text, and the other one is actually about how to make great verses in old
Yes.
Norse
Yes.
language. It's kind of cool.
Hello. Good to hear that you're back again, Sean. Yes, people, Viking Haole and Nordic mythology set would be absolutely mind blowing. And this particular Viking Haole has been they've done a lot of like wood carving to resemble those old like really elite Viking holes. So that would be amazing. Yes, you have to come visit anyway, especially because Jens is all jealous, Josh, that you're going to be hanging out with me at Spiel.
Yeah. But hopefully I'm going to the US a little bit later for work, and I might be close by-ish, even though the distances in the US is, of course, an entirely different topic.
What do we think of the size of AL? Will it be enough to sustain until the next set? What is your thoughts on that?
Yes, I believe it will. Especially if you compare, if you compare to Magic, then a 250 plus kind of card set is a big Magic set. 250 cards might be in the lower end of a big set, but still a big set. So that in itself, I think, will support a lot of play. And if you combine the 250 plus cards with the 402 cards we have in beta, you can make a lot of possibilities. And we have seen a lot of tournament play. And every time people think that the meta might be set, a new deck comes along and wins the tournament. We saw that with the Enchantress deck in March of the Mortals. That came pretty much out of nowhere when people were thinking that the Fury Road might just be the winning formula. Then boom, Enchantress, and a new meta was born. We have also seen Spirits make a big, big sort of play with the Ghost Ship and the big thing by Ann Miller. I can't remember the name.
Awesome.
It looks like a rock or a rock from the Dungeons and Dragons. But yeah, anyways. So I think if you combine the 402 cards with 250 cards, you can do a lot of combinations. And I think those combinations could keep the community, engaged for a whole year.
Yeah, especially because we will have that tiny drop of the dragon set as well. And I mean, it is called the Dragon Lord set. So presumably we're at least going to have one new avatar who might be able to shift some things around. But just as Jens said, having new cards that focus perhaps on different elements of the gameplay, it seems to be, at least the cards that we've covered here on the channel, seems to be very focused in Arthurian Legends about strategic placement of the cards, of the sites, movement on the site, on the grid. So I think definitely there's going to be a lot of synergies and interactions that's going to shake up the meta for sure.
Yeah.
I'm just going to try because I saw some questions back and I want to make sure that I don't miss anybody. Yeah. Yes, I think I saw Sean say the Alchemist bench that he bets that they're going in a different direction. I think so, at least for set number 3, the set after Arthurian Legends. We already know it's going to be dark, it's going to be mysterious, it's going to be a bit more horror focused. I think that's sort of what I can hear between the lines. So I think that's going to be a darker themed set than something like Norse mythology, but we'll have to see.
Indeed. But I think they might do, a lot of the themes we've seen in the big beta set might be just, coming down the road.
Yeah. Expanding on already existing themes in alpha and beta. So going to like perhaps Renaissance as well at one point.
Yeah.
We already are seeing like the Vanguard Knights evolve into something that is night themed with Arthurian Legends. We could also get something like a Mediterranean set, loads of possibilities to go from. And again, thank you so much for all of you joining us. This is really amazing.
Very cool.
Yes, we want a dark set. I look forward to seeing that.
Indeed. And thank you for swinging by Waffle Quiz.
Yes.
Lovecraftian.
TG, if you haven't already, Contested Cards here on YouTube. Go check him out. We're going to be doing some sort of collaboration with him pretty soon. He did an amazing feature of all the Lovecraftian themes and cards and quotes. That was really a good video. I enjoyed that one a lot.
Yeah, so Lovecraftian is definitely, there's the possibility to do a Lovecraftian set.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I can't remember. I might just be making this up, but I don't think so. I remember.
Even though that seems to be all the hype.
That's all the hype. We're going to make something up.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly where, but I think it was Eric who said something in a like really, really early interview before Kickstarter and everything. I think he said something about moving sites and really dark themed, like Cthulhu. I think we have some Lovecraftian stuff on way at some point.
Indeed.
Yes, there's so many Mystic Moves to choose from. And I mean, no matter what they're going to do, it's going to be amazing. I'm really excited to see whom they might bring in as new artists for Arthurian Legends. We know a lot of the older artists, or a lot of the artists already coming from Alpha and Beta are, doing more art, but I would love to see what of like maybe new talent come in and do something in their own style, because I really enjoy that.
Indeed. And I also look really much forward to see what all the regular artists have been doing for Arthurian Legends.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, there's so much to speculate on. Okay, so I'm just briefly going to check out if we have more stuff that we wanted to say.
We had the surprise.
Yes, we have the surprise, but is there other stuff that we want to... No, I'm just going to do a quick... We're not going to be giving anything away today. Today. I don't know. I turned Australian. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe. But now you can just talk while I figure out.
Oh, I can talk.
Yes.
Great. Being a European non-native speaker, you need to, find your own sort of dialect. It's a big choice. Are you going to speak American or British?
Exactly.
And sometimes just mix it up and do a very confusing sort of conversation.
Whatever comes out.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, this is mirrored. I don't know why, but it is.
That's because I had the mirror.
Oh, okay, cool. This, I don't know if you can see it.
It's
but
still a sorcery box.
It is a sorcery box, but it is not just a sorcery box. If you take a look down there, you can see it is an alpha sorcery box. And not only is an alpha sorcery box, it is one of the alpha boxes that was in the Dust Reward system and Cold Foil Heroes, which is a guy we all know and love in the community who is a big single seller, actually sent us this box. There are 39 packs in here because it is an alpha box. And we will, in about a week or two's time, we will be opening this one, and we will be sending all the stuff back to Cold Foil Heroes. But
so you can go buy it.
Yes, but he has agreed to share it with us all. So we will be opening this. But not only will we be sharing this in a live stream, opening, re-experiencing that alpha feeling, we will also be giving some stuff away. So hang on.
And this is all, of course, great thanks to Cold Foil Hero.
Okay, so
That's not an alpha.
Live opening of the alpha box. But this, my friends, is a Summer Sorcery Beta 2.0, Wave 2, Spring, whatever we want to call it, during the live stream where we open the alpha packs and share that with all of you. We are going to be able, thank you very much to Cold Foil Heroes, we're going to be able to give this box away to one of you. So please do be sure to check out one of the next upcoming live streams. I will be posting it in all the groups, and maybe even like and subscribe to the channel so you can catch the next live stream. We'll be giving this one away to one of the lucky people who are in the live stream. So we'll be giving it away live, and then the winner can decide if they want it opened or if we are just going to be shipping this out to people. And that's not all. So Cold Foil Heroes is our main dude. He's really cool. I can only recommend him. And this is not because we're sponsored, because we're not getting any of these cool things. We're passing it all on to you guys. But we're actually also going to be giving away 10 dust codes. So do check out that upcoming live stream where we will be opening alpha, giving away summer beta, and giving out 10 dust codes also. So that's going to be a really cool and fun live stream, hopefully also for all of you out there.
Indeed. So yeah, stay focused for the next live that we're going to do. And of course, if you should be lucky enough to win the Better Sorcery box, you can choose to have it shipped back to your home.
We will ship it on our expense. Make sure you get your Beta Sorcery box.
Indeed, but if you would like it opened online on the channel, we would be really happy to do that, of course.
Yes, and we will take good care of your cards as well.
Nope, I'll bend them all.
Yes, we'll be making little paper airplanes with them. No, of course.
Signing all of them.
If you win the box and you decide to have us open it, we will, of course, take really good care of your cards. We will be sure to put any major hits in top loaders, all of that. But we will explain about that as soon as we get to that live stream. But we thought it would be really fun to open alpha, and we hadn't expected to ever be able to open alpha again because they have gotten really pricey. So we're looking forward to it. And the fact that it's one of those alpha boxes in the Dust store, I'm kind of wondering if they did anything like fun or crazy, because they do love their Easter eggs. So I'm very excited to open up.
I just hope we open a curio.
Yes.
That could be cool.
I mean, I've given up on the curio. Now I've actually seen one in person, but I've given up on opening one.
So, Rage Cody is saying, can he donate some TCG accessories I make for you guys to give away?
Yes,
of course.
Absolutely.
We'll be really happy to. Yeah. Because, this is about the community. And, if you have any way to support, we, of course, appreciate it a lot. And we would love to be able to, if you have something fun, to ship it out, of course, to some lucky winners.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also, again, thank you to Coolful Heroes.
Yes, and again, he does have eBay, but if you're in the US, he has a TCG player store as well, and he is on Facebook groups and all of the Discord marketplace groups. And I can highly recommend him. I also bought some cards together with this shipment, so we can get some of our Alchemy 9 in foil. But he is a really nice guy, and he has done loads of trades, also very high-end ones. So if you need a safe place to buy some cards, I can highly recommend that.
And look, you'd already been voted off.
Michael, really? That was uncalled for, my friend. But I think he
Winning
has
hands.
the magic hands. It's okay. I can live with that.
It's not personal.
Thank you, Rach Cody. You're more than welcome to maybe message me, because this guy is not always on Discord. I live on Discord, so do just message me.
Yeah, exactly. The standing joke is that I'm just here to look pretty.
Which you do.
I don't know who I'm appealing to, but that's the general idea about the channel. This kind of joke, came into being after Nerd and Proud of it. Wrote me about something very technical about YouTube, and no, he started writing you.
I think we need to explain who it is. So Jürgen is our good friend from the Nerd and Proud of It YouTube channel. We did the Ask and Rest tournament together, and he had certain expectations.
Yeah. So I can't even. It was something very technical. He wrote Sophie, and he was like, "I better ask Jens about this." And she was like, "Yeah, sure do." And he wrote me. I was like, "How do I do this?" I was like, "I don't fucking know. Ask Sophie. I don't know anything." And then he wrote back to Sophie saying, "What the hell, man? What's he actually doing for the channel?" And at that point, we just agreed upon that I'm not doing much for the channel. I'm just here to look pretty.
Yeah, but of course, this is a joke.
Joke.
You have a lot of takes. We write all the video scripts together. So we're both really active. I just do most of the social media outreach because my capacity for managing all the social media is just a little bit higher than yours, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, please do. Yeah. You're the t-shirt model. Thank you, TG. That deserves a post of honor. Exactly. He is the t-shirt. Please hold your mug. Yes, t-shirt, mug, model, all available in the store. Should you like to buy any of this?
It's a very great t-shirt.
Exactly. But yes, thank you, Rach Cody. We really appreciate that. I have to say, from a personal point of view, I've been a little annoyed at the channel's growth because it's going very slowly, and we love the community we already have. But of course, we do want to grow it and see, it go further. So if you wouldn't mind, please do smash the like button if you're enjoying this conversation. That would be amazing. Deja vu all over again. Indeed. Yes, exactly, Carlos. You have to have the t-shirt and the cup and do the matching pair. I really do need to buy the new t-shirt that we put up with the pink potion.
Yeah, you should.
Yes.
I just need more mugs.
You need more mugs.
Yeah, I was actually out being a censor for my work. And at that workplace, you should have your own mug. And we don't usually have that. But I was sporting all my great mugs.
Yes.
And nobody noticed. I was just like, Jesus, I'm really doing hard work here.
But back on topic. I actually think this is a really good talking point. Rage Cody just saying here that we're all here in the early history of sorcery. And I think sometimes because this is like the team at Sorcery at Ares Curiosa are so good at what they do that we sort of sometimes forget that this is just like we're playing with beta right now. Alpha was Kickstarter only. And they sort of like they're executing so well that we have a lot of expectations of them. And all these expectations, they're really fulfilling a lot of them. But of course, it's only natural that they're not going to tick off all the boxes. And I think there's plenty of room for growth and improvement. But in general, I think they're doing really, really well. And sometimes we all need that reminder that we're getting in at like the ground level. But also, I think the really cool part of that is that we can help build the community. We can help decide what kind of vibe is going to be at the different sorcery events. And we need to get Felix on to just like speak a bit about the Paris event and the Aspen Ras and how the community and the vibe has been.
And how to be a great sorcery player.
Yes. Yes, Matthias. I mean, if you don't have a pink cardboard guy T-shirt, who should? Those pink 7 League Crocs. They need a pink T-shirt. I'm sure of it. So
Yeah, and also we need to remember that the sorcery team is actually really small.
yes,
It's like what, 9 people?
I think they're around 8 to 9 people, but I do recall that Simon said in the brief interview that he did together with Louis from Kitchen Table CCG at the Baltimore events that they were hiring or perhaps already had a couple of new employees, but still, nonetheless, they're probably still a very small team. Yes, Rich
Yes.
Cody, just like he
And-
just had a question there.
Yeah, how to indoctrinate their friends. And TGJ just gave the answer. Make them decks.
Yes.
Make them play the game. Because I had some, reservations about sorcery when I first saw it. Playing on a grid, I was like, yeah, really? Do you want that? Or we just play MTG? And after having played sorcery, I think the grid is it's brilliant. It's a masterpiece.
It's actually the main selling point.
It's really, really fun to play sorcery. So, yeah, I think have them play the game, and that should win them over.
Yeah, and maybe even build them some pauper decks. Just like listen to them talk a bit about what kind of deck styles or gameplay they prefer. And if you can build some pauper decks that sort of target some of those things. For instance, I'm an aggro player. I like playing like beat down decks and just like tokens, lots of stuff going on. If you can find something that suits their playstyle and you can build them a pauper deck, if you can just hand it over afterwards and they keep playing, I think most people are pretty hooked. And sealed is really fun if you do have product. Making some sealed decks together with friends, that's a big hit as well.
Indeed. So, any news about how card market surveys maybe are doing? Is done? I don't know. But yeah, right now, sorcery is in the run to be put up on card market.
Yes.
So if you are in Europe and you would like to see sorcery on card market, they are doing a survey right now that you could fill out and help them actually promote the game and come on card market. And that would be really great also because card market is going to keep track on price trends, prices, selling prices, and stuff like that. So it's going to be much more, what's it called?
Accessible?
Yeah, not accessible. Åbenlyst.
Obvious.
No,
I'm not obvious.
It's going to be easier to see what a card is actually worth and what you should be buying and selling it for.
Absolutely,
What's
but
that
also
called? There's a word for that.
Card market is also just like a really central place for a lot of TCG players. So if you're into TCGs and you just spot sorcery on the main page, that might also like get some curiosity. Oh, bye TG. I hope we get together game soon.
Did you see that TG said that he was about to sell all his MTG cards?
Wow, that's a big commitment. I'm not quite there yet.
No, me neither. Actually, I hate to sell anything. So
yes, you are the dragon hoarder. We know.
I don't think I would actually sell any of my MTG cards. I might come to a point where I don't want to buy any new MTG cards. But selling my beloved decks, no, never.
Rick Cody is saying that he has tried that and just don't want another TCG. Yeah, I think your main selling point there is right on point. I mean, the fact that you don't have to every time there is a new release wait 1 week and then the spoilers start for the next release. The fact that you have a lot of time to dive into the cards. We were actually just looking at our Alpha Investments video earlier today and just saying that it's been a joy just having the alpha and the beta set, playing so many games that all the cards feel recognizable right now. There's so many memories connected to certain games and fun time with friends and all that sort of stuff that you really have that nostalgia and you have time to build like a connection to the sets. And I think that's going to be so cool in a couple of years saying, oh, I was there like back in alpha and remember the cards and remember some of the meta decks. But I mean, if they don't want to, they don't want to, but they're definitely missing out. So maybe like suggesting some decks or showing them some cards with some cool art, but I'm sure you tried all of that.
But I think it's a really good point only to have one yearly release.
I think that's a
Because
big selling
you know
point.
it takes you back to the old way to actually play Magic, where you had mostly just one deck, and you just built and perfected that deck. You picked up a few cards now
Yeah.
here and there, and you had this main deck that you just played over and over again with your friends, kitchen table,
Yeah,
TCG
exactly.
style.
And also, like, you had time to experience the different sets and like the different vibe in each set, and enjoy the art, look at the cards, sort of figure out what you wanted to play with its new additions. Um,
Yeah, well, sure. I think
yeah,
that's a really good point too. Can I
yeah,
elaborate on this?
go,
Yeah,
go.
because you know MTG is an old game, and being an old game, there are some hiccups that have been perfected by newer games. Of course, the rarity system is one of them. In MTG, most cards that are not rare or mythic rare are simply not going to be put in any decks. It's very rarely that you use the common cards, and you rarely actually use them at all. They just go to ball piles. Sometimes you can use an uncommon card that fits, a certain strategy or theme in your deck, but mostly it's just rare cards. And as you say, you need 4 copies mostly, at
Mm.
least if you're not playing Commander. And many of these cards are kind of expensive, which makes the decks expensive. I love in Sorcery that you need to have the ordinaries and the exceptionals and the elites and the uniques to make a good all-around deck, because that also means that less product is actually going straight into the bulk pile or the trash can.
Yeah, but also the fact that
Ooh, I'm sorry.
no, go for it, go for
I'm
it.
very long-winded today. I'm sorry. Just need to listen to me yammer on. But also having the Atlas and the Spellbook being two separate decks means that you're not going to get mana starved. Of course, you can be unlucky with your thresholds and stuff like that, but you're not going to have an unlucky streak. The same with Magic, because
Yeah.
losing Magic game because you're not drawing any lands, that's just to feel bad.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And also, I mean, one of the good things about the rarity system is also that you might have to buy an expensive card if you really need it for a specific deck build, but you only to have to get one because of the unique and rarity rule. So that also limits how expensive deck can get. And also, I mean, if you have like, I don't know, a Philosopher's Stone, you can transfer it between decks because you only need that single card. I think that's really nice as well. Um, yeah, there's definitely a lot of affordability in it so far because you can get a lot of the cards on TCG Player fairly easily, fairly cheaply. That makes it a lot easier. But also, I think the issue is with Magic cards right now that the boxes are getting so expensive and the cards are getting reprinted so fast that you can't even trade them in to get new cards. You're just buying and buying and buying. And even if you buy singles, the card value plummet almost immediately after you bought them, and then it's difficult to trade them if you need new cards.
Yeah, and I also like that in Sorcery that right now, and of course we can't, nobody has that crystal ball, so we don't
I do.
know things are don't know how things are going to develop. But right now, most cards are really affordable, and some cards are very expensive. But you don't necessarily need those very expensive cards. And because they are unique and because they are one-offs, you are going to see a lot of games where these cards are not even being pooled.
Mm.
So of course they're going to give you an edge, but you don't, need them, need them. Of course, if you're going to play tournaments, if you want to be competitive, you might need to fork out that Philosopher's Stone and some of the cores. But playing kitchen table back home on a playmat, maybe a 4-player game, you can have a lot of fun without having any of those very expensive cards.
Absolutely. I just wanted to pick up on Felix's point. Absolutely. Or sorcery is really inexpensive. It's really affordable. And hopefully, if it gets on card market, it is also going to be a lot easier. But even if you decide to buy from the US, you can pick up cards very cheaply and hopefully get them across without too much pain. Um, I have to agree, Sean. We were talking about the new Magic sets coming up because we're discussing making content for Magic. And it's really hard. I mean, it's really hard to get excited about Magic right now. They have weird iPads and like big phones and stuff in the set coming after Bloomburrow, which is called Duskmourn. It's supposed to be sort of a horror set, but it's set in the like 70s, 80s maybe. And it's just, I don't know, it feels really far from what I used to know as Magic. And that's me just being a boomer, and I'm fine with that. But it just doesn't hit the same way anymore. And I really enjoy sorcery so much right now. It's difficult to make space and room for also making Magic content.
Indeed. And I also like having a collectible card game.
Yeah.
And we know at the moment they are focused on keeping sorcery collectible. And it's not because I want my cards
Yeah,
to
and
skyrocket. I
accessible.
don't want to, 10x my money. I don't
No,
want
no,
to
no, no.
flip. I keep my cards. I don't sell anything. But I like that when I use money on my TCGs, that money is just not gone. It's still there in the cards. And I can trade and they hold value. Instead of having my cards being reprinted and reprinted and reprinted over again, and then end up with cards, absolutely worthless.
I just read this comment. If we get a Hello Kitty set, I'm out.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then I think we're in a very distant future where Eric sold the company to Hasbro and they're just running it into the ground.
What kind of nightmares are you
I'm
conjuring?
knocking on wood right now. Hope that's not going to happen, but definitely.
But
the mixing of IPs, Universes Beyond is not my jam.
You don't want a My Little Pony sorcery deck?
Nope.
But I would like a My Little Pony promo card with Eric's face on it.
That's a very specific wish.
Make it happen, Eric.
I'm not certain. I would actually like a promo, like a fun card that would be like either Chase's Flex Arms or Simon's hoodie. That would be a fun meme card.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Filthy Casual, we're all there, but I could imagine Eric, who is an old school Magic player and who's so into the old school art. I don't think we'll ever see anything like that. What? Let me see comments. I worry about you, man. Sean, thank you. I have to live with him. I mean, think
thought
about
it was
that.
normal. I thought other people also had that wish.
That's why I need to go to Spiel and just hang out and play some games with no My Little Pony Eric promos.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely. But to round off, I think that sorcery is in a really healthy place right now.
Yeah.
I think the game is thriving, the community is expanding, the cards are great, and from what we have seen so far from Arthurian Legends, that set is also going to be really great.
Yeah, and also I just wanted to also say that to some of those concerns, I mean, if you go look at Sorcery Play Network, there are so many events planned, and I personally know a lot of people who are like talking about doing events during the fall and like the early winter of 2025. I think we're in like for all the good stuff is still up ahead. And I'm really like where the company is going so far, and I think they did a really good job of balancing both accessibility, collectability, making sure that we have some really fun gameplay. They're also tightening up on the rules. I like the fact that they're seeing a lot of tournaments going on and maybe spotting some of those early issues and correcting the rule set so it becomes more fluent and easy to play. And also, I mean, there's no doubt that right now we are like in a lull between beta and Arthurian Legends. But I hope that we use that lull to maybe connect with each other across the world and hopefully play games on TTS. If you don't have any local games, use some time to dig into the card, the lore, make content, watch content, whatever. But hopefully just do stuff that keeps us together as a community, because that's really one of the things that I've enjoyed so far from Sorcery. It is also a really kind, open, welcoming community. Oh, yes.
Is that Ragnar?
Yes, it is.
Okay, cool.
And are we talking Kea Foglio or what's the guy's name?
Phil Foglio.
Yes.
I hope it's Foglio.
I was like, I think it's Foglio, but I don't know.
Let's see. But yeah, that could be cool. I think my greatest wish would be to see Douglas Schuler do something for Sorcery. I would love that. He was one of my absolutely favorite MTG early artists. My absolute favorite was Quentin Hoover, but yeah, for obvious reasons, that's not going to happen.
I mean, Rebecca Gray, guys,
Oh,
come on.
yeah.
Do we want to see like an elven dark fairy tale forest set with art from Rebecca Gray? Yes, yes, we do. We need that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just gonna put this one
Ooh,
up.
ooh.
If you are not already aware of this, you can play sorcery pretty much for free as long as you have Steam and you have Tabletop Simulator. And Tabletop Simulator is apparently half off right now, so go get that downloaded. And in pretty much all the big Discord servers for sorcery, you really do need to be on Discord. There are channels where you can look for a game and play people from all over the world. You've been playing a lot recently as well, so I mean, go check it out, go get it, so you can play with people.
Indeed.
Um,
Yeah, and you just need to buy the game and download the add-on for the game, and then you can play all you want, no cost anyway.
yeah, and that's really cool.
Yeah, and you can use all decks that are online on Curiosa. Just copy paste the hyperlink, and you're ready to go.
Ochoa has become the banner guy for sorcery in his local LGS. I think that's awesome.
That's cool.
Wait, yes, no, maybe. Yeah, I mean, they have done some really cool art, but I also feel like some of the art is a bit quirky, maybe. I seem to remember, like, what's it called? Chaos Warp? Like the one where they go in and out of, like, they have done some art that's a bit, fun, maybe
There's
even a
also
little
the
comical.
that mirror from. Oh,
Mm,
is that Arabian Nights?
I don't know.
Can't remember.
Yeah.
I think my favorite art I think it was Bird Maidens, I think it was called, maybe.
I don't know, but they have done a lot of old magic cards and pretty cool to see it. Steam summer sale is on right now, so it's €10. I mean, no
That's a
excuse
great
not
choice.
to get,
Price.
Download CTS and get playing with people. Hello, Kevin. I suppose you know Ochoa. It seems like it. Goblin Surgeon. Yes, one of my favorite cards.
Which art? I think there were 3 different arts.
It's the one where he looks like really crazy and has like the surgeon's outfit on. I think that was the folklore one.
I think my favorite Goblin Surgeon is the one where he's sawing off the goblin's leg, and they just look really pleased, both of them. I love that art.
Oh, love to see people connecting in chat as
Yeah.
well. So, guys, any last questions? Because this was really about just saying, hey, let's not get too focused on are we going to Spiel or Sorcery Con Las Vegas. Let's try and go to as much as we can and just be really excited that there are loads of events going on right now and that Sorcery is really committed to doing this worldwide. I mean, they just went to Baltimore, both Simon and Chase, and now we get to see them here in Europe, and hopefully we will be in the US at some point in the future, hopefully not too far from now, so we get to meet all of you on the US side.
Indeed.
Goblin
And
Wardrobes,
we know that events are going to be happening at Spiel. Can't say any more than that.
Yes, we don't know what, but I mean, if they have product, we will probably also get some events. I think that's logical.
Yes. So don't miss out. Get your ticket now because prices are skyrocketing at Spiel Essen, and that's because it is the biggest game convention in the world.
Yes, it's not just, I mean, there's an entire gaming hall that is only TCGs, and then there are like, I think 5 or 4 other gaming halls for different kinds of board game, Warhammer, role-playing. It is a massive, massive event. And presumably Sorcery is not only there to be talking to all of us players, but also making some connections within the gaming community with distribution and stuff like that. So I think it makes a lot of sense. But as Jens said, prices are going up, and you can pretty much get a hotel anywhere nearby within like 30 minutes because there is amazing public transportation out to the Spiel convention. Oh, that would be amazing. Yes.
Yes. What kind of students are we talking about? Because we are both high school teachers. So there might actually be the
I
possibility
think Sean is teaching at the university level, if I'm not completely mistaken.
Cool. But some sort of exchange program could be happening.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Yeah. So But of course, Sophie would love to go on any kind of, what was that Corona program called?
Huh?
Teams? No. What was it called?
Zoom.
Zoom. Yeah.
Yes, soon.
So
I would much rather fly out to
yeah, of course. But if that's not a possibility,
to
you
anybody
could go on
leaving,
Zoom.
thank you so much for coming. Please do
Yeah.
smash that like button. But we really appreciate you showing up, and we really enjoy talking with all of you. Yes, university level. Oh, Erasmus students. Cool, cool, cool. That would be actually really fun.
Indeed. But yeah,
guys, do we want to just give you a last minute chance to just ask any questions if you have any about sorcery, about the channel, anything? And please do remember that Cobalt Heroes is sponsoring he isn't really, he has given us a lot of cool stuff that we can pass
give
on
to
to
you.
you. So do make sure that you check out the next live stream. Thank you so much, Carlos, for showing up. That is amazing. And I really do hope to see you again soon. It was a blast meeting you at Ask and Rest.
Indeed. And thank you to everybody here for showing up. Doing a live at this time of day is, people are all over the world.
Yeah,
so
time
thank
zones.
you for time zones. Times. Yeah, outside. Can you hear that? But thank you for showing up. There has been a lot of you guys online at the same time. It's wonderful. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for showing your generous, using your generous time with us. We like that.
Yes, it's amazing. So thank you so much. Bye, Michael. Bye, Josh. We will look forward to seeing all of you. And please, if you're not in there, do join our Discord. We are in there every day talking about all types of cardboard and games. So I think we're going to leave it at that. And thank you so much for joining us. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.